Welcome to our book club where we dive into the issues facing our children in the digital age. And today we're going to be exploring Chapter 7 of Jonathan Haidt's book, The Anxious Generation. And this chapter talks about challenges boys are facing in this increasingly digital world. And trust me, this is information that every parent needs to hear. We'll be covering 4 major issues that are reshaping boyhood as we know it. First, we're going to chat about the troubling trend where boys are falling into virtual worlds of excessive gaming and pornography with serious consequences for their development and mental health. We'll call it the digital pit. Next, we'll see how the shift from outdoor adventures to screen-based entertainment is depriving our boys of essential experiences they need to build confidence and social skills. And then we'll look at how the virtual world, despite its promises of connectivity, is failing to foster crucial social skills and leaving many boys feeling isolated and directionless. And finally, we'll look at how boys' access to pornography is reshaping their view of sexuality and relationships. Whether you have sons or daughters, toddlers or teens, this discussion will provide valuable insights into the challenges facing the next generation. So let's dive in. In today's digital age, we're witnessing a concerning trend among boys, the phenomenon of digital pits. These are virtual spaces where many young males are spending excessive amounts of time, primarily engrossed in video games and consuming pornography. This is reshaping how boys interact with the world and themselves. So imagine a world where the bedroom becomes a fortress, not of imagination and play, but of screens and virtual realities, with laptops, smartphones, and gaming consoles readily available. Boys are retreating into these digital realms, often alone and for hours on end. The consequences are far-reaching because we're seeing a dramatic reduction in real-world engagement. Boys are spending less time outdoors and less time in face-to-face interactions with family and friends. The art of conversation, the thrill of physical play, the challenges of navigating real-world social situations, these are being replaced by digital alternatives that, while engaging, don't provide the same developmental benefits. This digital immersion is correlating with rising rates of depression and anxiety among boys. The instant gratification and constant stimulation provided by games and online content can create a form of addiction, making it difficult for boys to find satisfaction in the slower-paced and less predictable real world. Parents, it's crucial to understand that this access to digital content can be hindering your son's social and emotional development. The virtual world, while offering certain benefits, cannot replace the rich, complex experiences necessary for growing into a well-adjusted adult. Haidt says on page 193, "When, then, did boys' mental health get worse in the 2010s, just as they attained unfettered access to everything, everywhere, all the time, for free? Maybe it's because it's not healthy for any human being to have unfettered access to everything, everywhere, all the time, for free." The quality and nature of digital experiences our boys are having are shaping their understanding of themselves and the world around them. Let's make sure they don't lose touch with the real world and the crucial skills it helps develop. So let me tell you a story that you can share with your child to help them better understand this point. It is called The Digital Aquarium, and I'll read you the story. A girl named Maya received a new smartphone for her birthday. At first, Maya was thrilled, spending hours scrolling through social media, playing games, and chatting online. Her virtual world seemed vast and exciting and reminded her of an endless digital aquarium full of colorful fish and interesting creatures. As days passed, Maya found herself spending less time with her friends in person and more time staring at her phone screen. She began to feel like one of the fish in her digital aquarium, always swimming in circles, but never really going anywhere. One day, Maya's phone battery died while she was at the park. Initially panicked, she soon noticed the real world around her, the rustling of leaves, the laughter of other kids, the warmth of the sun. So she joined in a group of kids playing soccer and realized how much she had missed the real world interactions. From then on, Maya decided to create a balance. She still enjoyed her digital aquarium, but made sure to spend time in the vast ocean of real world experiences too. And here's a question that you can then ask your child. What are some real world activities you enjoy that can't be replicated on a screen? Now, on to the second section. And I want to start with a quote. Haidt says on page 182, and I'm going to read it to you again. What if they are engaging in less risk-taking overall, healthy as well as unhealthy, and therefore learning less about how to manage risks in the real world? In our digital age, we're witnessing a difference in how boys play and engage with the world around them. Gone are the days when childhood was synonymous with scraped knees, tree climbing adventures, and neighborhood-wide games of tag. Instead, we're seeing a dramatic switch towards screen-based entertainment, and this change is having far-reaching implications for our boys' development. It's a world where outdoor adventures with friends are a thing of the past, a world where nobody experiences the butterflies in their stomach as they muster the courage to ask someone out, where nobody feels the rush of adrenaline from climbing a tree. This might sound like a safer world, but it's one we truly want for our children. The reality is, boys are engaging in less risk-taking overall, both healthy and unhealthy. They're drinking less alcohol. They're getting into fewer car accidents and receiving fewer speeding tickets. All these things are good, but it isn't necessarily because Gen Z is wiser. It's because they're withdrawing from the physical world. Boys are now less likely to be injured than just a decade ago. That's because they're doing less of the things that might lead to broken fingers or bones, like riding bikes over jump ramps or climbing trees. And here's the catch. While this might seem safer on the surface, it's depriving boys of essential experiences for developing confidence, social skills, and risk management abilities. Our confidence and self-esteem grows when we accomplish things, and some of those accomplishments include doing things that are risky. Even if we fail at something, we learn how to do it better next time. Without taking risks, we don't know what we're capable of. Virtual worlds are not designed to foster lasting friendships or develop social skills in the same way that face-to-face interactions do. Moreover, this shift is leading to less time spent in face-to-face interactions. The free play that used to happen outdoors, where kids acted as legislators making up rules or as judges and juries deciding what to do when the rules were violated, is disappearing. These were crucial experiences for developing social skills and learning self-governance. Parents, it's crucial to understand that while this shift towards screen-based entertainment might seem safer, it's potentially hindering our boys' social and emotional development. We need to find ways to encourage physical activity, outdoor play, and real-world social connections, all allowing for growth experiences while ensuring safety. Remember, a world with too much supervision and not enough risk is bad for all children, but it seems to be having a bigger impact on boys. Let's ensure our boys don't miss out on the essential experiences that help them grow into confident, socially adept adults. Let me tell you another story to bring this point home, and one that you could relay to your child. It is called The Tale of Two Explorers. In a small town, there lived two young explorers, Alex and Sam. Alex loved to venture into the nearby forest, climbing trees, building forts, and discovering new trails. Sam, on the other hand, preferred to explore virtual worlds through video games. One summer, Alex invited Sam on a real-world adventure. At first, Sam hesitated, feeling more comfortable with a controller in his hands. But as they hiked through the woods, crossed streams, and reached a beautiful hilltop view, Sam realized the thrill of real-world adventures. On their way back, they encountered a fallen tree blocking the path. Alex, drawing from experience, quickly found a safe way around. Sam, though initially unsure, followed Alex's lead and felt a sense of accomplishment in overcoming this real-world challenge. As the summer progressed, Sam joined Alex on more adventures, discovering the joy of physical play and the satisfaction of facing real challenges. While Sam enjoyed video games, a new balance was found between virtual and real-world exploration. Here's a question that you can ask your child after reading the story to them. Can you think of a time when you faced a real-world challenge and felt proud after overcoming it? All right, so now on to our third topic to discuss. So we're facing a critical challenge when it comes to the social development of our boys. While technology offers connectivity, it's failing to foster the crucial social skills that are essential for healthy emotional development. We have a generation of boys who are more connected than ever, yet more isolated. They're spending hours in virtual worlds, battling mythical creatures and conquering digital realms, but struggling to navigate the complexities of real-world relationships. The number of boys and young men who report having no close friends has increased fivefold, reaching 15% in 2021. This generation is struggling to connect on a deeper level. Video games, as I said before, are not designed to promote lasting friendships or develop social skills. Think about it. In the past, when kids played together, besides having fun, they were learning vital life skills. There's something about making up a game, deciding the rules, and what to do when those rules are broken. But in the world of online gaming, this is all done by the platform. Our boys are missing out on these crucial opportunities to practice self-governance and conflict resolution. This is something we all need to be able to do. On page 195, Haidt talks about the concept of anime, or normlessness, the absence of stable and widely shared norms and rules. Our boys are growing up in a digital landscape with shifting norms, interacting with a mix of known and unknown individuals, some using aliases and avatars. Many of these online connections will vanish in the next year or perhaps even tomorrow. Haidt says this leaves our boys without roots to anchor them, without clear norms to guide them on the path to adulthood. Parents, it's crucial to recognize that while technology offers connectivity, it may not provide the depth of social interaction necessary for healthy emotional development. We need to encourage our boys to step away from their screens and engage in real-world interactions. We need to create opportunities for them to practice self-governance, to resolve conflicts face-to-face, and to build lasting friendships. So let me share another story that you can relate to your child. It's called The Friendship Garden. In a busy city, there was a community garden where people of all ages could come to plant and tend to their plots. Among them was a boy named Ethan, who had recently moved to the area and was having trouble making friends at his new school. Ethan's parents encouraged him to help in the garden, hoping that he might meet other kids. At first, Ethan was reluctant, preferring to stay home and chat with online friends. But as he began working in the garden, he slowly started to interact with other young gardeners. Together, they learned to plant seeds, water the plants, and solve problems like dealing with pests or improving soil quality. They shared stories, laughed at jokes, and even had disagreements that they learned to resolve face-to-face. As the seasons changed and their plants grew, so did Ethan's friendships. He realized that these real-world connections, though sometimes challenging, were deeply rewarding. The garden became a place where he could be himself, make mistakes, and grow alongside his new friends. And then you can ask your child this story after you read this to them. Why might solving problems together in the garden help build stronger friendships? And on to our last topic, and we will call it the pornography problem, which is reshaping how boys view sexuality and relationships. Teenage boys have unlimited access to an infinite supply of high-quality pornographic videos available at any time in complete privacy. It's a reality. And unlike previous generations who might have had a glimpse at a risque magazine, today's boys can watch hardcore pornography multiple times a day on devices that fit in their pocket. The consequences are profound. Boys are increasingly choosing the easy option of pornography over the more uncertain and risky world of real-life dating. This isn't just about missing out on an awkward first date. It's about losing critical opportunities to develop social skills and emotional intelligence. Heavy porn use is rewiring our boys' brains. They're finding real women less attractive, including potential partners. More alarmingly, it's affecting their ability to form meaningful romantic relationships. We're seeing a generation of young men who are less able to find love, intimacy, and marriage in the real world. The porn industry is now shaping our sons' understanding of sexuality and relationships, often in harmful ways. It's creating unrealistic expectations and potential damaging attitudes towards women. Looking ahead, there's a potential in the future where mechanical girlfriends are preferred over the healthy risks of talking to a real person and asking them out on a date. Parents, we need to be aware of what our sons are consuming online. We need to have open, honest conversations about healthy sexuality and relationships. The pornography problem isn't about content. It's about the very way our boys are learning to interact with others and understand intimacy. And here's one more story to share. It is called The Tale of the Enchanted Mirror. In a small town, there lived a boy named Jason. On his 13th birthday, he received a mysterious gift, a small, ornate mirror. At first, Jason was thrilled. The mirror showed him anything he wanted to see, anytime he wanted. It was like having a magical window to a world of endless excitement and pleasure. As days passed, Jason found himself spending more and more time gazing at the mirror. He stopped playing outside with his friends, he skipped family dinners, and even neglected his schoolwork. The mirror was too strong to resist. One day, Jason's best friend Nate came to visit. He found Jason pale and withdrawn, his eyes glued to the mirror. Nate tried to engage Jason in their usual games and conversations, but Jason seemed disinterested. Concerned, Nate sought the advice of a wise elder in their town. The elder explained that the mirror, while seemingly magical, was actually a trap. It showed Jason only what he wanted to see, not the real world with all its challenges and joys. The more Jason used the mirror, the harder it became for him to connect with real people and experiences. With the elder's guidance, Nate developed a plan. He invited Jason on a camping trip, far from the reach of the mirror's influence. Initially reluctant, Jason agreed. During their adventure, Jason rediscovered the thrill of real-world experiences, the warmth of friendship, the excitement of taking risks, and the satisfaction of overcoming challenges. As they sat around the campfire on their last night, Jason realized that while the mirror offered instant gratification, it couldn't provide the depth of real experiences or relationships. He decided to put the mirror away and focus on living in the real world. And when you're done with that story, you can ask this question: why was it important for Jason to go on the camping trip with Nate? And as we wrap up our discussion on the challenges facing boys in the digital age, I want to speak directly to you, the parents listening. Knowledge is power. By understanding these issues, you're taking the first step toward helping your children navigate this complex digital landscape. We talked about the digital pits our boys can fall into, the transformation of play from physical to virtual, and the impact on social skills and relationships. We've also delved into the pornography problem. These are real challenges, but they're not insurmountable. As parents, we have the power to guide our children, encourage outdoor play and physical activities, foster face-to-face interactions, be aware of your child's screen time and the content they're consuming, create opportunities for your boys to take healthy risks and learn from them, and have open, honest conversations about healthy sexuality and relationships. You know that this is a fantastic community where you can connect with like-minded parents, share experiences, and gain valuable tools to help your children thrive in the digital age. Share about conversation with other parents so they can benefit as you do. Together, we can help our boys develop the skills they need to grow into confident, well-adjusted adults. Stay informed, stay engaged, and above all, stay connected with your children. The effort you put in today will shape their tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, and until the next time, keep parenting with purpose and love.